I'm here in Orlando for POWERGEN International 2018. It's Sunday afternoon and it's about 26 degrees here, so it's a pretty nice place. Now, I've been to many energy events down through the years, but believe it or not, I've never been to POWERGEN International, so this will be my first time. Now, I've just been in to walk around the exhibit floor. It's obviously Sunday, they're just setting up, but it's pretty big. There's a lot of companies in here. Now, there's a couple of themes I'll be watching out for this week, as I've not been here before. And the first one is around gas. I don't know a lot about generation technology when it comes to gas turbines. So I'm here to learn a lot more about the technologies that are involved in not just the turbine, but everything around the entire power plant technology that generates power from gas. So there's a lot of technology around the materials, around the type of turbines, the emissions, all sorts of technology around corrosion and maintenance. And I'm also curious to figure out, given the high temperatures and pretty heavy duty industrial use cases, how they integrate, how they digitize this stuff, how do they use sensors when it's 500 degrees Celsius? So trying to figure out as much as I can about gas technology. And we're off to the Cane Island gas power plant tomorrow morning on a tech tour to see the stuff in action. The second one is around energy storage. There's actually quite a few themes or sessions here around energy storage being used in conjunction with generation. Now remember, this show is about power generation, and a big part of that is about generating power at remote sites. And what I mean by that is generating power at construction sites, or should the power fail, you have backup diesel generators. So looking at storage technologies and how they can complement in those type of environments. Now obviously there's the whole grid storage and residential storage or commercial storage as well. So I'd be curious to see what energy storage technologies are here. Now, there is a focus here for hydro. So everything around, I would expect to see stuff around pumped hydro and your standard hydro in terms of power generation. The third one is related again back to the overall generation, and that's bulk generation. There's a mega session on Wednesday about what's the future for bulk generation. The theme of this event is where conventional meets renewable. So there's a big focus here this year on solar, wind, obviously hydro, but all the renewable side. So what's the future for large generation bulk power plants, be they coal, nuclear, gas, even hydro, with all of the renewables, with all of the more microgrids, distributed energy resources, energy storage. So it'll be interesting to see what the industry thinks is the future for bulk generation at the conference. The fourth thing I will be keeping an eye out for is related to the whole future of work and the future workforce. I haven't been at this event before, so I'm curious to see what the generation mix will be at the event in terms of the age profiles and also the diversity. Now, there are specific sessions for powerful young professionals. There's the Women in Power sessions and lunch. So it'll be interesting to see, and if it's similar to the utility industry or in the power generation side, we're used to a lot of the new generation coming in going, oh, we need to try something, and if it doesn't work, we'll fail fast and try it again. And in the utility industry, people are typically going, we can't fail, ever, so don't even try it. If it works, don't fix it. So I'm curious to see what the culture is like in the power generation side of the business. And the last thing around autonomous devices or things. And what I mean by that is there are a number of companies here showing off drone technology. So using drone for assets, power plants, doing inspections, stuff like that. There's also companies showing drones being used inside boilers, inside structures. There's a number of companies with robotic crawlers for sending them into difficult places or unsafe places. So there's lots of different technologies that I want to see here this week around capturing data. And then how do you take all of that data and plug it back into your back-end asset management systems, heading for the digital twin, the 3D map, if you like, of your entire power plant or your entire system. So I'll be curious to see how that kind of stuff plays out. So it's going to be a busy couple of days. Now, I forgot to mention, POWERGEN is celebrating its 30th birthday this year. It's 30 years supporting the power generation industry. And the theme of their birthday bash on Tuesday night is all around the 80s. So better get into the the 80s mood. So I brought my U2 Rattlin' Hum cassette, play some tunes.